Hi, my name is Carolyn Robinson,
I'm Julian Robinson.
and we're going to talk today about marriage. So, we've been married for 10 years, and we have 3 beautiful girls and 1 more girl on the way. And we wanted to talk about our unique perspective of having gotten married in a secular ceremony and then entering the church and receiving a sacramental marriage through convalidation about 6 years ago. So we kind of wanted to talk about the differences that we've noticed between marriage and a sacramental marriage.
Yeah, we have that unique perspective because we were married a couple of years before we got into the church. And I can definitely look back and see that there is a starking difference between being married outside the church and not having that sacramental grace, and then coming into the church and being convalidated and receiving the graces that God freely wants to give to us with the bond of matrimony. It is something that when I was thinking about it a couple years ago, I was meditating on the wedding feast at Cana. And I was realizing that in my own weakness, when I come to the wedding, I am that jug of water that is used for foot washing with my concupiscence and my own weaknesses of my marriage. I remember telling my wife, Carolyn, I said, you know, I feel like someone's telling me that, this grace that God gives to me is Jesus taking the vessel that's full of this water and making it into this wine that now, our marriage is more fruitful. So it's important in that vision, that imagery, to think about how God is taking something that you and even your perfect and most awesome way is only going to be a jug of water. And then when God is there to give you these graces from the sacrament of marriage, he wants to make that water into wine.
And not just any wine, but the choicest wine and wine in abundance that he really wants to give us even more than we deserve, right? So we think about sacramental marriage, and what is a sacrament? A sacrament is a gift from God that he has left us with so that we might get to heaven. So when you think about it, marriage is a gift that we've been given, and our job throughout the marriage is to get each other to heaven.
Exactly. And as much as when you're in the secularized world and you get married, it's a beautiful place, a different location, a justice of the peace. But what you get is you get this piece of paper, which kind of emphasizes the point that it's a contract then. It's not the covenant which we are in now through the sacramental graces of the marriage. It's a covenant, which means that our 2 bodies we're one flesh now. And to separate would mean that we would die. We are now one person. And it really is symbolic of when Christ talks about himself being, the bridegroom and the church being the bride. If you think about it as the covenant and what it was intended to mean, it means that it will never be separated. So when marriages are devalued or they're reduced to being a contract, it takes away from what God had told us, which is that the church and him will never be separated.
Right. And the difference between a contract and a covenant is that a covenant creates a family bond. So 2 people who are biblically forming a covenant, they didn't just shake hands and say, now this covenant cannot be broken. They become as if they are family. So we, through our marriage, have now become a unit, a family unit. And our goal is to get each other to heaven and to work, help each other get holy, and also to raise up new saints, right, within our family. So our job is to make our children, or to help our children get to heaven as well, and they help us through our parenting.
She's right there. Our little daughter is out there right now. So we want to wrap this up real quick before she comes in and starts making a mess. But we thank you very much for your time, and I hope that you learn through this month in the sacrament of marriage.
We're going to leave you with this one quote from Saint Teresa of Calcutta. She says, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. So here's to that.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. We totally messed that one up.
So, yep. Marriage is good.
marriage is not just good. It's knee slapping fantastic.
Okay.
Robinson. This is my wife, Carolyn Robinson. She forgot her name.
What? Oh, now they're